So today we got a Bob question from a young guy who's 18 years old, and it's a Bob question because it's a sensitive topic about maybe leaving the gym that he's at now. But he says that he is a young guy who has dreams of competing at the elite level of jiu-jitsu, and that's what he wants to do. But he says that the gym that he trains at currently is not a very competitive gym. They don't compete often, and when they don't do very well. And so he's wondering if since he wants to be elite, should he move to New York and train with John Danaher, or should he go to San Diego and train at Andre Galvao's gym with Atos? Should he move to one of these big name gyms if he wants to be elite? That's kind of his question to me. So Bob, thanks for the question, brother. And when you sent me this message, I was instantly thought of a story that I was doing a podcast recently with Eugene where we were talking to Bernardo, who's a multiple-time world champion. And if I'm remembering correctly, he said that he started off, Bernardo did, in a smaller gym that wasn't very competitive. That's where he started. And in the beginning, he just started dedicating himself to training. He was instantly just, infatuated with the sport and the art, and he just dove right in. To the dismay of his parents, who were hoping that he was going to be a doctor or a lawyer or something. Instead, he ends up being a jiu-jitsu fighter. But he dedicates himself to jiu-jitsu training, really dives into it, and at some point he wins the Purple Belt World Championships. And he said at that point, it was like something clicked where he was like, maybe I can do something with this. He eventually moves down with Alliance and starts training with Fabio Gurgel. And when he's there, he says that now he has the ability to train with these guys who have been there, done that. He has really tough training partners who can lift him up and make him better. And it was at that point that he, again, took his game to the next level and started winning world championships, right? Now, going back to you, I think that before I would worry about, and this is just my idea, again, you can take this or leave it. It's your idea. These ideas are not right or wrong. You're asking me for an opinion, I'm giving you one. Before you worry about moving to New York or moving to San Diego to train with these big name gyms, I would start by dedicating yourself to jiu-jitsu. That's the first thing, right? See if this is what you really want. Because there's a lot of people that come into the gym all the time who tell me, Chewy, like for instance, I had a guy the other day, Chewy, I want to be an MMA fighter. Okay, great, let's be an MMA fighter. So I made a schedule here. Here's your schedule, come in the gym, let's get started. Doesn't show up, right? He says he wants to be an MMA fighter. He wants to be like the guys that gets their hand raised. He wants to be the guy driving the cars and all that stuff. But then when it comes time to do the dirty work, the training, the stuff where nobody's watching you, nobody cares, nowhere to be found. And a lot of people have this even with jiu-jitsu. They think that they want to be the guy on the top of the podium. They think they want to have the gold medal around their neck. They think they want to be this, that, whatever. But then when you got to do the dirty work, when you got to be in the gym and you don't want to be there because you're so damn tired and you're doing 2-a-days multiple times a week, you're drilling, you're lifting weights, you're living a very Spartan existence because you don't have any money because all your excess money goes to competition fees, you're doing all this stuff, then it comes down to, do you really want this? Because that's where the make it or break it moment is. Because again, a lot of times people look at elite level athletes and high level athletes and they think that that's what they want. And some of them do. You might be one of those people. I don't know. But some people don't, because once they reach that point where all of a sudden the hardships start, then they sort of fall off because it's just too much. And again, there's nothing wrong with that, just not for them. So what I would say is before you worry about jumping ship and moving to New York or to San Diego, dedicate yourself to jiu-jitsu first. Train as much as you can, compete as much as you can. Just, immerse yourself in the art, dedicate yourself to that art, follow your gut, go along with it. And then again, see where that leads you. And then if the passion only continues to grow, yeah, jump ship, man. Then you can go train with all those other people. Because again, it's not to say that you have to train with them to get good at jiu-jitsu, but training with people that have been there and done that understand what it's going to take to get to that level, that can't be a bad thing for your training, right? And so what I would say is dedicate yourself first. If it continues, your passion, if it continues to grow and it's really what you want to do, and you know this even after you've had an injury, even after you've had some failures, it's still what you want to do, great. Then you go ahead and jump ship, because you don't want to do it now, because otherwise it'll be like, if you were to do it now and leave and go to New York, it would probably end up being like a woman, meeting a woman and trying to marry her after the very first date. It's probably not the smartest decision yet. Wait and sort of make sure that this is what you want, and then if it is, boom, go out there and get it. And that's what I say, brother. So thanks so much for the question, Bob. I'll talk to you guys next time.